recipe to select from. So I'm simply going to click on a recipe, hit return, and at that point I'm good. All recipes. These are the recipes that are available on this control for Wendy's. Again, test purposes, I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. Create new recipe. I'm going to say test 1. Return. That's my new recipe name. Hit return. I'm going to select an image, and let's see here, because we have, I'm going to go 0. All right, that's highlighted. Hit check, and select cooking method. Standard. Standard means clamshell. Okay. If it was flat, it means you're able to select it as flat mode. So at that point, I hit check mark. Cook time. I'm going to put it in for 20 seconds. Gap, let's say we're going to use a half-inch burger. If you think of mils as 1 inch equals 1,000 mils, so a half inch obviously would be 500 mils. 500 because I want it the half-inch thickness. Hit the green check mark to save it. Flat cooking, no. Scroll down. Prompt selection. All right, so prompt selection. Flip must acknowledge, flip run, and please close, and none. I don't want to have it to come up and say what to do. So I'm just going to turn around and say none. Upper platen. Okay, again, we're preheating this to 150, top and bottom. All right, so we're also going to turn around. I'm going to set my temperatures to 150. Again, see how minimum, maximum? You have to be in that range. Flatten. So 150, check. Grill plate, 150, check. At this point, my recipe is set up. Hit the green check mark, and it's saved. And there's my test 0. Okay, so that's my new recipe. So if I want to edit that recipe, I can click on it, highlight it, and up here I either have the trash bin to delete it, or I can hit the pencil and I can edit what I want to. So if I don't want to edit the recipe name, I just hit return. If I want to edit it, I just go ahead and hit the back arrow and edit it as such. But we're going to hit return because I didn't edit anything. I don't have a new image. I'm going to select the 0 because that's okay. Again, select cooking method, and it takes you right back through the whole setup process to edit that menu item. Okay. Over here, it says add step. Do I want to add a step to it? Sure. So I'm going to add a step, and step 2 out of 2. So cook time, do I want to change the cook time? Yes, I want to change the cook time now, and I'm going to take it to 30 seconds now. Actually, no, I'll back up a little bit. Again, test purposes, I want to keep it below the time frame. So 10 seconds would be good, and at this point, I'm going to hit save, and I want to change the gap. I want to raise it up to 1 inch, so I'm going to put 1,000 mils. Okay, this way I'm only hovering over the product. And then I can go to flat cook, nothing. Prompt, upper platen temperatures are still the same. Again, it's ideal to have your temperatures, whatever your grill preheat is, that's what you want your temperatures for your menu. So try to work with your menu on those temperatures. All right, so that's 2 out of 2. I can add more and more steps if I wanted to. I can hit it again and add another step for it. And that would be your 2-stage recipe. I'm going to hit green check mark to save it. It's saved. At this point now, my 0 test recipe has a 2-stage cook time with 2 different gaps. And I chose large gaps so you can see them when they're moving. So at this point, I'm going to go home. I created the new recipe to go under that menu that I'm going to create now. Password. And I got to turn around. I have to create a new menu because I don't want to put it under the Wendy's menus that are here now. So I'll create a new menu. And again, we wanted to call this the test menu. Hit return. And I need my menu preheat settings. Okay, I wanted at 150. And the grill plate 150. So if I were to hit that once, notice that little triangle down here. That means you're below the parameter. of 149 and 400. If I press the 5, I'm still below it. If I press the 0, I'm above it. So we're good. It'll allow you to save that temp. And flat cook is no. I'm going to hit the green check mark, and at that point it's going to say this is your test menu. What image do you want for that menu? Again, we selected a 0, so let's go ahead and do 0 again. Now let's change it up. Let's do E so we can really see what the difference is. Hit the green check mark to select it. Now it says press recipe to add to your menu. Press again to remove it. So if I want to add that to my menu, perfect. If I want to remove it, hit it again and the highlight goes away. But I want that one for my recipe. Hit the green check mark. And here at this point, I only have one recipe under here. Let's say we have a bunch of recipes and I want to move it. I click on it, highlight it, and just move it up or down of the list right here. So if I have 15 items on here, I would just move it up and down from here. This is just to scroll up and down the list, but this is to actually move the recipe up and down the list where you want it. So you can see on your, it'll show you your first 8 recipes, and then it will have to scroll to see the other ones. So it all depends on what you want to see when you turn it on. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit green check mark, and now I'm good. So menus, I have off, which is my test menu, which is my E, and my PM menu is on. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my PM menu off because I don't need that on. And I'm going to go to my E, which is my test, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that one on. At that point, my menu is selected, and I can go back to the home screen, and we're good. So now at this point, I can hit the press and go button, and the grill will start to heat up to that set temperature of 150 top, 150 bottom, and we can go, once it reaches those temperatures, you're able to go into cook. Garland, a well-built company, thanks you for taking this training.